Are you thinking about buying a short-term rental in Gulf Shores or just in general? If you are, we have some things to share with you that have really turned out differently than what we expected. With millions of people visiting our beaches each year, we've gathered some really good intel.
Whether it's staying at rentals all throughout the area, talking to other business owners, let me tell y'all, we've learned a thing or two. So let's talk 5 things y'all need to know before renting out your beach house.
Short term. Now, the first thing I wish I knew was that most people are really respectful, meaning a lot of renters we have coming here don't trash your house, and usually they're really good about giving it back better than what you left it.
Or close to. And to piggyback off that real quick, y'all, I just gotta throw this out there. Expensive is cheap and cheap is expensive. You know how sometimes you wanna save a few bucks so you pay less up front or buy the cheaper option and then it ends up breaking after 1 week or it eventually falls apart. So then you have to go out and just buy another one. Well, that's the case here. With your rental, just buy the nicer piece of heavy furniture the first time around. This way you don't have to worry about replacing it 6 months or so down the road.
And time is money, so you don't want to have to be bothered with it either. And I think spending a little more money upfront is gonna help you gain and retain customer for years to come. I'd rather have people leaving me reviews about how nice our furniture was to sit on or to sleep on than how bad it was or how it hurt their back.
But on the flip side to that, you don't have to get the absolute nicest of things. We know people don't all treat your home like it's theirs.
Not all people, but there are some real winners out there. I'm telling you, I think the bad ones just stick out more, you know?
Yeah, not everyone is the same, and being concerned that nice furniture pieces might get damaged is a legitimate concern.
Agreed. But our renters and our clients have been really good with furniture. I haven't heard of any horror stories in years, even through COVID. I mean, I guess there's this idea if you're renting out your house to strangers, the place is just gonna get trashed. And that's not always the case. People are generally respectful when spending good money to stay at these nice beach houses.
The only thing I can think of is our kitchen faucet that needs to be replaced, but that doesn't seem like anyone's fault, really. That's more of like basic wear and tear. It does get used a lot, and obviously little things like scratches on the floor and, you know, your paint getting kind of fingerprints and whatnot, but that's it.
I think that's really good to know going in, especially if you're thinking about skimping out on, you know, some of that nicer furniture.
Right. Moral of the story is if you can invest in a few nicer home furnishings, it's going to set your place apart from the rest and make the whole experience feel
100%.
Maybe a little more luxurious for your guests. Now, I'm not saying you have to go ball out on everything, but I think you and your guests will appreciate it in the long run.
Jessica's over here balling out. And one of my favorite things that I see these days is that rooms have these themes going on, right? Whether it's an Alabama room with crimson red walls or just a beach theme with, you know, seashells and coastal stuff everywhere. It's just nice to visit something that's different from your everyday norm.
Moving on, jumping into another topic. We found that going into short-term rentals about $100 cheaper than the competition was a lot more lucrative. This is good to know.
Yeah, I mean, just lowering that daily rate a little bit fills those dates where it might be sitting empty.
Yeah, you'll see that it'll make you more money even with a limited number of rentals.
Exactly. You're not leaving money on the table. I don't know. It seems like a no-brainer.
It's a simple strategy that gets overlooked easily because who wants to list their property for less? But in reality, you're making more money by being rented out more often, so it's definitely a win.
I think it's a win-win because the renter is getting a good deal, which makes repeat customers, and you're going to get some good reviews out.
And if y'all don't know, we pride ourselves on good customer service because we know this is a big transaction. Selling and purchasing real estate is a big deal, so we want y'all to feel safe and secure at all times. Client retention is very important to us, and we want you to refer your family and your friends to us. We want to help you again down the road and just provide genuine good service at the end of the day.
Jess is right. Take a look at our Google reviews, and these are just the clients who can figure out how to leave a review.
I think a lot of people just overlook leaving a review because the deal's over, and I get it.
Probably.
But leaving us a review helps in more ways than y'all can even imagine.
And the same goes for liking our videos and subscribing. So if you haven't done that already, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So the next thing I wish we knew is that if you're trying to book everything on your own. You can list your property on multiple sites, and it doesn't need to be Vacasa or Airbnb or Verbo. Is it VRBO?
VRBO. I mean, those are going to get you renters because they have a lot of, eyes on them.
True, but you also have some hidden gems out there like furnishedfinder.com. This is a great website that was specifically designed with travel nurses in mind because it comes furnished and it's short-term rentals. Not to mention, they don't charge any booking fees like other vacation rentals like the ones that I just mentioned.
Yeah, I love Furnished Finder. No markups like traditional rentals, or at least for now. So sign me up.
Yeah, now this may not be the key for you, but the point is that you have other options.
And just so y'all know, we're not affiliated with any of these companies either. We're just throwing ideas out there, right? Throw them against the wall, see if they stick. Another one I personally go on to check for myself is militarybyowner.com, just because I've used it in the past and I've had some great deals on there.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe during the slower seasons you'll want to market to a larger audience, so this wouldn't be a bad way to go about it.
Yeah, we can't tell you how to run your business, but we can definitely help and point you in the right direction. My biggest thing is making sure you provide them with something unique enough to not want to visit a hotel, whether that's a theme for the house or every room or nice plush beds and furniture or great rates. Whatever your niche is, just make sure you're giving them a reason.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, I'd rather just book a hotel, so if it's not something I'm writing a home about, I'll go for the convenience of having a front lobby and room service.
She's not lying, y'all. She's actually really picky about hotels too. Me, on the other hand, not so much.
Okay, but there's this quote out there that says something along the lines of, anyone who says a hotel doesn't matter because you're just sleeping there is someone you don't need in your life. And I have to say I agree with that.
You see, I don't know what she's talking about. High maintenance over here needs luxury hotels with spas and robes and slippers and complimentary.
All right, well, guess what? There's nothing wrong with wanting nicer things in life, okay?
I was going to say like complimentary breath mints, nothing crazy.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, am I in the presence of a minimalist? Where?
All right, get out of here. Okay, y'all. So not only do you have to make sure you're following those steps we spoke about a bit ago, but now you have to market it.
Because if you're not marketing your STR correctly, how is anyone even going to know about it?
And now you might be thinking, well, that's what those sites are for. And I'm here to tell you, you still have to make sure you're doing your part correctly. Don't leave clutter throughout the home. Make sure you furnished it properly, right? Like we talked about. Regular deep cleaning by a reputable company. The first thing guests notice upon walking in is how clean your property is. Spend the extra money to hire a legit company. We've learned from experience that a lot of people claim to offer the best cleaning services at a discount, and it's not it. Use the actual licensed and insured companies. I mean, that's going to give you a better result.
Yeah, your bed sheets need to smell fresh and clean. People remember that sort of stuff and come back because of it. And for the love of all that is holy, please, please do not take pictures with your cell phone. These are not professional pictures.
Pay for a photographer. Pay for professional photography. Cell phone photos look very unprofessional. This is your business we're talking about, so treat it like one.
Yeah, I'm way more interested in a property that showcases itself in a way that looks professional. They just look better. They market.
They aren't blurry. They're not vertical pictures.
Yeah, it's a positive reflection of the owner of the property. I tend to scroll right past rentals that have ugly photos.
All right, y'all, that's 5 things we wish we knew before renting out our beach house. If you're interested in learning more or you need help finding an investment property, make sure you give us a call today.